Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of the Late the W podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mahal. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, all of that fantastic jazz. If it's your first time joining, make sure you follow on social media at Late the W pod on all of that. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, we're active on all of those. So, without further ado, let's sound the horn and get into this episode.
The pitch from Acevedo.
Swung on the line down the left field line for a base hit. Fly ball, gap, right center field. And
Double him up at second.
Luke is going back to the 1-8 track. Get out the right, Brennan Buster, grandma. It is grand salami time.
And we send Seattle to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years.
Happy Thursday, happy Friday, whatever day you may be listening to this, Mariners fans, and we are back, episode 137 of the Light the W podcast. Mahal Domingo Anderson joined by Jeff Budke, and the Mariners have just dropped their first series of the season after splitting with Cleveland to fall below 500 after the first homestand. Jeff, how are we feeling?
Cue up the Nikola Jokic highlights, play some John Denver, let's talk weird airports and the Colorado Rockies, baby. That's what we're here to talk about. Rockies, so excited to talk. TJ Rumfeld, Jimmy Herger. Don't get me started on Antonio Sanzaletta. My baby Dino's taking 2 out of 3 from the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's dance on some graves today, baby. Woo!
Baby dinos. Okay, Jeff.
That's why we're here, right?
You know, it can be why we're here.
Mahal, where were you when the Blue Jays season ended and the Rockies' ascent began?
You know, I was not watching the Blue Jays in the Rockies series when that happened. Can't tell you where I was.
History is lost on Mahal. Oh, man.
Apparently. We got history here, though, in Anaheim. You know, we suck down here. So, well, it should be a fun weekend with the Mariners down here. Maybe they'll actually figure out how to win a series.
In all seriousness, like for real, Cam Schlittler is the worst name I've ever heard.
Really? I think it's kind of fire.
No way.
Schlittler.
No,
Schlittler strikes out the side.
Nope, it's the worst
That's
name I've
pretty
ever
good.
heard. As an announcer, you can't like that name. No way.
I mean, it's easy to pronounce. That's all I care about.
Schlittler.
Schlittler. That's great.
Do we have to talk Mariners today?
Unfortunately, we do.
Okay.
And let's just start with whatever just happened. So the Mariners, if you somehow missed it, won Game 1 in the most frustrating way really possible.
I was there. It was so cold. That was my biggest takeaway.
It was cold. The Mariners' bats were pretty freaking cold. They had a lot of traffic. They just weren't able to cash in on anything. They had 11 runners left on base in that game. They went 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Julio Rodriguez himself left 3 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. That's a problem. It's been the problem this whole season, and it showed up in the first game against the Yankees. Mariners are up 1-0, heading into the top of the 7th, and Dan Wilson does his best to make them lose this game, as he seems to be doing every day right now.
He's on fire.
He is on fire.
Biggest difference to me in the series was when you look at George Kirby's pitch in the 6th inning versus Paul Goldschmidt, middle, 95, cranked out to left field. Balls are not going out there. That ball was demolished. How many pitches did Julio and Cal have middle that deserved to be punished and were left not punished? That was the biggest difference to me in the series.
Yeah, and if you had told me that Aaron Judge wouldn't hit a homer in this series and would not dominate the Mariners in any sense, I would have said, I feel pretty good about this series. But the Mariners' 2, 3, 4 hitters have been a joke. They've really just been a joke.
I'm not allowed to complain about the center fielder for the Mariners until June. But I will say Cal and Naylor have been quite disappointing.
And to me, all of this makes me look at the WBC and be like, is there something in the water with the WBC just screwing up these hitters?
The Venezuelans are hitting the tar out of the ball right now across the league, and no one else is playing well that played in the WBC. I guess
You
Sandy
look at,
Alcatraz too. Where's he from?
DR.
Okay,
The
he's not
guy.
Venezuelan.
I mean, yeah, all of these guys, and a lot of it is that you hear multiple people within baseball talk about how everyone in baseball, of course, has their set routines. They love their routine. They're superstitious about all of that. And the WBC is a whole different routine from what spring training is, and you can't get your work in. So Ryan Divish talked about how Cal Raleigh, when he got back to Mariners camp after having the worst WBC really imaginable, he gets back to Mariners camp and he is working so hard just to try and get into a rhythm, get ready for the season, and it's really just impossible. So these guys are going to be fine. They're going to figure it out. It's going to take time, but in the meantime, you got to win ball games in other ways.
It
And they
just feels
haven't been
like
able to do it.
this is our extended spring training for too many guys, and that's unacceptable overall.
And it's all the guys that you expect to be good and that you need to be good. You look across the board. Andres Munoz has started slow. Gabe Spires started pretty slow. Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Josh Naylor, Logan Gilbert, even George Kirby yesterday. It was the one pitch. But even him, slow start. And it just hasn't been good enough from the guys you expect to be good.
I will ride for George Kirby a little bit. I thought he pitched really well yesterday. And when you're tight, when it's 0-1, when your offense is showing no signs, we've seen enough of this baseball as Mariners fans. You're gonna make a mistake, you're gonna slip, and it's just tight baseball. We're not playing loose baseball at all right now. We're thinking about too much. We got too much on our minds. You can see our minds rolling like, oh, should I challenge? Should I not challenge? What should I do? I'm not going to blame the manager for all of that, but it'd be nice if they all felt a little bit more free to be themselves right now.
And this is where Dan Wilson actually is pretty good at his job. And you look at the off day today. I don't know if they're probably spending that up in Seattle for the most part, I would imagine.
I would assume so.
I would assume. And then coming down here to Southern California tomorrow or later tonight. Let them take that off day to just get away from baseball, get their mind off of it. But then Dan Wilson needs to come in as the manager and tell them, look, focus on one thing every at bat that you need to do well, whether that is not chasing outside the zone, whether that's putting a good swing on the baseball when you do swing and not looking literally stupid like they have.
For Naylor and Cal and Julio, punish a fastball, please. You're getting them.
Yeah. Get on the fastball. Whatever that one thing may be, focus on that one thing and take everything else that's in your head, at least during the at-bats, and just get rid of it. Get rid of it. And that is what Dan Wilson, his job, that's what he needs to be doing. So I expect him to do that. I think he will do something like that. Should they sage the clubhouse yet? No, because they've played about as bad, I think, as they could. And they're 3-4.
Yeah.
They're totally fine. They're one game off what we expect or what we wanted and felt like was the minimum for this to be a good opening homestand. They're one game off of it.
A big takeaway for me was respect for the Guardians and the Yankees that I didn't have a week ago, especially the Guardians. We knew the Yankees would be competitive, and they play us quite well and have for the last couple of years. But the Guardians played tough, and they gave the Dodgers a little bit this week too. They're not going to be a pushover by any means.
No, not at all. I think you look at these two teams and Chase DeLauder, God, that kid is good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing you've learned is that left-handed hitters against this Mariners ball club and left-handed pitchers against this Mariners ball club are going to be problems, especially if Julio Rodriguez is not able to hit. And if your lefties are going to be sort of iffy in the pen and Dan Wilson's not going to manage his bullpen very well. It's going to be a problem all year long. I think that's the biggest takeaway for me from these series.
Let's try and be a little bit more positive. I'll give you my biggest winners of the week. I've got a gold, silver, and bronze for you. I wanted to do it, but I wanted to go with Emerson, but I'm gonna stick with gold. Is Cole Young. Cole Young was awesome this week. Fun with numbers. He's matched his 2025 WAR already. It's been 7 games.
What a guy.
OPS plus is 161. Hello. Silver, I went with Emerson Hancock. Man, that was so cool. Just like that's the breakdown of what that was just awesome. Different arm slots, that sweeper slider thing was moving. I was at the ballpark on Monday, the day after his start, and heard 4 different conversations about his performance. It was kind of what the buzz was from the first week. That's how good Cole Young was, that he is probably the best player of the week. But Hancock was amazing. Can't wait to see what he does in Anaheim. And then the bronze, I give to Dan Wilson for single-handedly affecting 2 victories becoming losses. I put his WAR at -2 so far.
What a guy. You know, Cole Young, Emerson Hancock, like, we talked about all the things that went wrong. The things that went right really did go right. And the guys that needed to, like, show up and show out heading into the season, they sure have. Cole Young has been unbelievable. You gave the numbers on that. Hancock, just 6 no-hit innings. Like, come on, man. That is exactly what they needed on Sunday night to be able to rest up the bullpen, get everybody right, get some momentum going your way. Like, that Sunday night win was everything that you needed heading out of that opening series. And then Luis Castillo, a great start from him. He should have had 6 no-hit innings as well.
Not a March or April guy. He dominated.
No. And he was up to 97 in that game. Like, he looked fantastic. The fastball was playing. He was over the middle of the plate a little bit, and he didn't get punished. But he was getting outs. He was tricking Yankees hitters. Great start from him. Him and Hancock heading down to Anaheim. I feel great about it now.
Yep.
Great about it.
Him and Luis Castillo struck out Aaron Judge for his 1,500th career strikeout. And in the stadium, they put it on the board, 1,500. And everyone kind of looked around and kind of in their head calculated, then eventually stood for a standing ovation. But it took a second. I was like, that's a big deal. Yeah. But, we put everything on the board. Can't believe we've gone this long without honorable mention to Brendan Donovan, who has been a stud. Was he hitting 440?
Something like that.
It's pretty cool.
Unbelievable. 2 home runs for him, 10 for 24 this year.
5 games on base twice already.
What a guy. And Cole Young, back to him. 6-game hitting streak.
My man.
What a guy. And if I told you that Castillo, Hancock, Kirby would have 3 quality starts out of 4 and the other one would be what Kirby did yesterday, Cole Young would have a 6-game hitting streak and his 8 for 25. Donovan, 2 homers at 1,200, nearly 1,300 OPS, and his 10 for 24. What would you guess the Mariners' record was? 5-2?
5-2, yeah.
I think that's probably what I would guess too. There are things that are clicking in the best ways. And honestly, I think I almost prefer those things clicking rather than the guys where I'm I want these guys, or I expect these guys to click, because those guys I'm well, here we come. They will be here.
Yeah.
But the guys that we weren't sure about, they're clicking. And that means once everything starts to click, it really feels like this team could fly.
Breaking news. I never get to do this to you. Pirates prospect Connor Griffin will start on Friday for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Good for Pirates fans, man.
Yeah.
Good for Pirates.
Give him the home opener, so he just missed the road trip. That's great.
I kind of like that.
That's wonderful. Actually, it's a great transition. I wanted to talk about Colt Emerson a little bit. Did you have anything else on Cole Young or anything?
No, just a great weekend from all those guys.
I was just so surprised with the Colt Emerson news. And just started to dig in a little bit. I'll try not to get too into the numbers, but Gunnar Henderson is a great comp, plays for the Baltimore Orioles. So far, he's made $8 million. In 2026, he's going to make 8.5. 2027 and 28, he is arbitration. Those numbers will probably double each year if he continues his shortstop averages. So he'll be at about 50 to 60 million made in his first 5 years of service. Then they're going to have to sign him to a long-term deal. Houston's Jeremy Pena in arbitration year 3, $10 million. I'd put him below Gunnar Henderson as far as quality. Emerson, 8 years, 95 with an $8 million signing bonus. It's a little bit below 11.75 mil AAV for those 8 years. The contract is completely different. Adam Jude reports 1 million for this year, 2 million for next year, 9 million in 2028, and then it escalates from there. But if you're just looking at AAV, it's a way below market price for an elite shortstop and way above market price for a prospect shortstop. Bobby Witt Jr. got an 11-year, $285 million deal. It's got 4 player opt-out options and 3 club opt-out options. Bobby Witt's going to make a lot more than that money. That's not a fair comp, in my opinion. I would consider this a slight overpay with the potential of this being one of the best contracts in baseball. Not just the Mariners, in baseball.
100%. And I think you look around the league and you look at the team that really has mastered this and did this really well with their last window, and it's the Atlanta Braves. The contracts that they gave out, Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, Ronald Acuna Jr., they gave them all contracts kind of like this, where at the time it's like, well, if they live up to this, this is going to be a great contract. It's going to be a bargain. And that's exactly what this is. The Mariners buy out the RBers. They lock him down. They show their belief in him, which is, I think, for him itself and his mindset going into the season. Not that I think he needs this by any means. Like, he seems mentally very strong as a player. It just helps him. And it'll show that you are one of the guys that we think is in the core for this franchise, for this roster, for the next 8 years. For this entire time of this contract, we believe we can be competitive, and we believe you can be a good player. And that in of itself, I think, should get you excited. Because, well, it may be an overpay for what he is right now, in that he is a prospect with 0 service time. And they broke the record for the largest contract for a prospect with 0 service time. What he can be and what this contract can be is exactly what this ball club needs and needs to rely on. Be the Braves, not the Rays, with how you're going to do contracts.
Historically, players don't get upset about other players getting contracts. I can think of one example, and Jared Kelenic is not in baseball right now. Otherwise, the players' union for baseball is the second strongest union in this country after police. And they all ride for each other. They all do whatever they can. Players don't take discounts. They are, like, yeah, they may play for the Mariners. They might play for the Angels. They play for each other. It's the strongest, like, no one takes discounts. They all are trying to maximize all the time. It is priority one. So Colt Emerson getting paid is not going to affect JP Crawford negatively. He was going to get paid anyway. Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, George Kirby, they're not mad that Colt Emerson got paid. That's not the way baseball works. It's different than other areas of life. I thought asking Dan Wilson that question, like, how are you going to handle this with JP, was nuts. Like, they played in Tacoma together that night.
Yeah. And Emerson had the opportunity to come up and have a press conference. He chose to play. That shows a lot about who he is. That shows to the clubhouse what he really cares about. And, you know, if those guys are annoyed by it, frustrated by it, like, they're not going to be, I don't think, number one. But number two, you have all been offered contracts, I am sure, at some point by this Mariners organization, and you chose not to sign them. So there's no reason to be frustrated about it. You guys are all going to get your paydays, whether it's by the Mariners, whether it's in free agency, whatever it may be. This is exciting for the future of this ball club, first and foremost, and that starts as soon as he gets called up in what hopes to be less than 2 months. Because he will be here before you know it.
I think this is telling us that he's coming. He's coming soon. Not Connor Griffin soon, but he's coming. I think that I know we have decided as a podcast, this is the answer to the question, but it really solidified it for me. This is the Mariners signaling that we are trying to contend for 8 to 10 years. We are not trying to win the World Series this year. That's not like priority one. DeVries went for Mason Miller a year ago. Like, Colt Emerson would have been the cost to trade for that final piece to win the World Series, which isn't real, by the way, but teams talk themselves into it. That's not happening now. There's no trade clause. He ain't going anywhere, which means that we are into contending for a long time.
We want to win 54% of our ball games over 10 years, Jeff.
Stop it.
That's what we want to do.
I know you wanted to save this, but there was a tweet yesterday from @MarinersMuse. I want to give him or her full credit, asking if JP is playing shortstop and Colt Emerson is playing third, how will we find playing time for Brendan Donovan?
Let's just do it now, Jeff. Worst tweets of the week. Let's do it now, Jeff. Go for it.
It's the worst tweet. I was like, oh no, where will utility man Brendan Donovan play? Will he lose playing time? Our best hitter?
There are conversations around this Mariners ball club that they really, really do just make me wonder what people are watching.
How will he play?
Almost like baseball figures itself out, even if he couldn't play around the entire freaking diamond. The entire
He
diamond.
can play every spot.
He can play anywhere. We can sit Randy for a day if we need to. Who defensively looks like I would in left field. Like, God. And the conversations in the ballpark are like 10 times worse than Twitter. People have no idea what they are talking about at some of these M's games. And I'm like, yo, do like ChatGPT, like 5 minutes of research before you come in here and try and have a conversation with me, please. Like, come on. That's why you listen to this podcast.
Did you have any
worst?
Yeah, go ahead.
You probably saw this, Jeff. This is a Yankees fan.
I've blocked all Yankees fans from my life.
I don't know if you've blocked this one. Kin Knows Ball posted the video of Jazz Chisholm 2 nights ago, RBI single to bring the lead to 5-0 for the Yankees, and was shitting on Aaron Goldsmith. He said, say what you want about Michael Gay. At least he doesn't sound like this when the other team scores. And he said the Mariners broadcast stinks. What a terrible tweet. People all tweeted back at him with videos of Michael Kay sounding dead when a different team would take a 5-0 lead specifically, because it's almost like a local broadcast is not supposed to be excited for the other team.
Yeah, why is he watching that broadcast? You're a Yankees fan that doesn't have the ability to understand other things. Just watch your broadcast.
And if you want to go pay attention to the opposing broadcast, just have fun like I do, listening to those announcers be sad. That's the fun in it.
That Duke Yukon call with the Duke announcer is one of the greatest things that has blessed my ears. And
it's great.
Outside of Light the W, it's been the highlight of 2026.
It's great. You listen to different calls of like teams getting eliminated, and it's like, oh, there they go.
There they go.
It's great.
Eeyore.
It's great. That's like the best part of it. And the other dumb part of this tweet, before we move on, is that Aaron Goldsmith has called national games.
Yeah.
With the Mariners in them and been unbiased.
It hurts. I don't like it.
It's terrible. You hate listening to those broadcasts. They're the worst. But, Michael Kay, he's that guy.
I don't have anything positive to say about Michael Kay. Enjoy Dave Sims.
I love Dave Sims.
Oh, good for you.
I was a Dave Sims fan. Really
funniest thing of the week for me, not a tweet, but easily the funniest thing. I love when a team comes together and has a galvanizing moment. Cal goes out to talk to Brian Wu. A lot of times Josh Naylor will join, but sometimes it's just like figure out the next hitter, game plan, fix the pitch comm. There's lots of reasons to go up to the mound. Naylor joins a lot. for this specific one. It's the 6th inning. The entire infield comes in. The pitching coach is there, Wedgwood, and they're all just chatting. They're nodding, dapping each other up. Let's get this final out. Let's move on. And Brian Wu throws middle, 86 miles an hour single to give up the lead to make it 2-2 against Cleveland. I don't know why. I was dying laughing. I was like, what on earth could that conversation have been about? Like, hey, let's throw the most hittable pitch in baseball history right down the middle and see what happens.
Hey, sometimes you get a pop-up with those, Jeff. That's exactly what they talked about.
Let's make them swing, baby. Make them swing.
I always wonder what they talk about in those conversations. I'm like, what do they say?
And sometimes there's like a language barrier. I love it. It's so funny to me.
It's great. It's so great. You can just imagine exactly what they're saying.
And if Dan's ever out there, it's not good.
No more mentioning Dan this episode. I'm going to go into a whole tangent.
I'm going to be the Dan Wilson defender on this show because of you, and I'm going to hate that role. I'm going to hate that role for me.
If you haven't listened to episode 136 of the show,
I have.
There was a pretty solid rant in there about Dan Wilson.
Yeah.
It's been I'm going to say one thing about it.
Just one to seven things.
It's been a pretty rough weekend for Dan Wilson. I think he can be better. I didn't hate what he did in the playoffs as much as what other people did. And maybe he just needs to get into the groove of things too. He just needs to figure out how to manage the bullpen arms that he's had for 2 seasons now. So,
the bullpen feels a little stale to me. A weekend, I'm like, oh, these are the same guys with the same issues and the same pitches. And is that good? Is that bad? I was so excited for Wilcox. I was like, oh, literally someone new. Who Ferrer reminds me of? Is every other left-handed pitcher I've ever seen out of the bullpen.
He has good stuff. At least I'm excited about Ferrer. I think he can be better, but
can't wait to see it. Should be fun.
He's felt like Fernando Rodney at times to me, where it's just you're on the edge of your seat the whole time, and it's not a fun experience at all. The bullpen will improve. They need more guys back there, though. Jeff.
My other overreactions of the week, I didn't like the bullpen. The Red Sox looked very bad. Don't know if you've seen that. The Astros look very good. Hate that. 5-game winning streak for them.
Jordan will get hurt.
Yep, that's what I'm waiting for. The Yankees pitching staff is good. It's really good.
I'm telling you, it's really good.
I did not account for that fully. I still think their lineup is lacking, but an elite starting pitching staff. Has Garrett Cole pitched yet? I don't think he has it.
Him and Carlos Rodon are both on the IL right now.
Yeah, that's right. So it's also going to get stronger.
Yeah, they've only started 4 guys so far this season, but they have 2 guys that are up and coming. Luis Gil also will be there at some point. I think this season he might be out the year. I'm not sure, but I think he'll be up there at some point.
Dylan Cease looked awesome. He's looked awesome, incredible.
We don't talk good about the Blue Jays here.
I hate that. I hate that for us.
I hate it.
The Diamondbacks got swept by the Dodgers and then swept the Tigers. So still in line for a dream season for me of brooms only. I would love that. That's my dream. Brooms only season for the Diamondbacks is still in play.
Oh my God, their bullpen. Woof. Woof.
The Diamondbacks led in every game of the Dodgers series and lost all 3. Now I know what I want for the Mariners this year is that feeling of inevitability. I don't want the other team to ever feel like the game is over. And it happened against the Yankees twice, which sucks. But I want us to feel inevitable. I want us to feel like that doom is coming. It may not happen now, but it's eventually coming. That's what I want out of this season is that fear.
I gotta say too, I did not watch a lot of yesterday's ball game, but I turned on the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th inning specifically, after the Mariners scored a couple runs because I wanted to see what the bottom of the lineup could do. And when Cole Young came up to the plate with it a 2-run ball game and a runner on first base, I really thought he was about to do it and go yard there and tie that game up. The inevitability just felt like it was there for me. He put up a great at bat and just missed a home run. Like, just missed it. Put a great swing on the ball.
He's a stud.
He is a stud.
Mariners starts 2021 3-4, 2022 3-4, 2023 2-5, 2024 3-4, 2025 3-4. Our record today 3-4. Yeah, we're gonna talk Angels here in a second. I don't like ABS. I find it annoying.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Again, I didn't.
I'm with George Kirby.
Yeah, I didn't watch yesterday's ball game. From the looks of it, the Mariners changed their philosophy a little bit and started using it a little bit more. But I'm kind of in agreement with you that it's a little bit annoying, especially those innings where it's just like, bleh, 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 like every other
over
pitch.
and over and over again.
And I also don't understand why the ABS zone is in the middle of the plate. Why is it not the front of the plate? That doesn't make any sense to me.
There's lots of things I don't understand.
Why is it not a 3D zone?
How about the fact that baseball changed the trajectory of their league by adding the pitch clock, adding millions of fans by speeding up the game, and then looked in the mirror and thought, hey, you know what's cool is the end of NBA games where they're reviewing things from all the time. And they're like, let's add that to baseball.
And look, I don't know if I'm disliking it to the extent that sort of takes it in the same way. To me, it's fine when it's just like a random little head tap, like every, couple innings. But the inning where the Yankees were just doing it every pitch, and it's not, and some of them were egregious, and I get it, and the umpire needs to be better and adjust. But the like 5 in an inning like that, it slows down the game. I just want to watch freaking baseball.
I want to watch baseball. Luis Castillo was dealing and had the ump confused. It's taking away credit to the pitchers. It's taking away, like, yes, technically that was a ball, but it wasn't. That thing was flying around and the hitter said no shot. The only shot they had was a head tap.
Exactly. And the pitch to Stanton that's less than 1/10 of an inch. Can we get like a gray zone in here? The less than 1/10 of an inch, I'm sorry, I don't trust the technology.
Like having a bar that's like whatever the ump called stays.
Exactly. The other thing is, like, if it's less than 1/10 of an inch at the middle of the plate, that pretty damn means it clipped the plate at some point. I can't blame the umpires for like calling a strike if they think it clips the front of the plate and then it misses by 1/10 or less of an inch. That means it was a strike at some point.
I don't like slowing the game down. I don't like making the umpires look foolish. Like I'm not in on this at all. I would call it in right now. Like, let's move it to has to be the 7th inning or later. Like, this is silly.
I think we're going to be unpopular with this opinion. I think a lot of people really like it.
John Boy Media is like, this is and to happen to the sport. And I'm like, yo, what? Why? Why are you saying this?
And the concept of wanting to go to robo umps the full time, like, are we baseball fans? There's a reason we like baseball.
I love the sport. I love it. This is something else.
Part of it. Exactly.
If you're worried about the playoffs, if you're worried about the World Series or the World Baseball Classic for the DR ending on a horrible call, like, let's implement this in some way. Game 5, for it to happen 9 times in that Yankees-Mariners game was unacceptable, and being there, it wasn't fun.
No, it didn't look fun. It was brutal watching it. And I also got to say that, can we take the box off the TV? I've always been a fan of that.
You're anti-box on the TV?
I've always been a fan of it. But with ABS, to me, it makes the viewing experience as a fan a little bit worse because I'm like, challenge that. If it doesn't have the box, I'll be like, oh, you should challenge that. And then it'll be a strike. And I'm like, oh, I see why the umpires have a difficult job. Umpires have a really difficult job.
I know you're getting choked up about it. You love umpires. But like, what's worse than seeing the ump like ring them up and then the head tap, and you have to go back to the plate. I'm like, this is stupid.
I was imagining this as a broadcaster. For those that don't know, I broadcast some games at college.
Every single game. Every single time a ball is in play or an athlete is running, Mahal is talking about it.
I am. That is very true. And I imagined myself, my favorite calls are big moments in the 7th or 8th inning where the bases are loaded and it's a strikeout looking.
Got him!
Imagine the broadcaster goes through a whole call of strike 3. Batter's like, and then the broadcaster has to go up to the screen. He's like, I'm trying to imagine. I'm like, strike 3, innings over. And then he's like, oh, the batter's challenging it. Let's see what happens. And then it's like, oh, the challenge is right. The inning continues. Oh, the challenge is wrong. Time to go to the next inning. Like, part of what makes baseball great is the randomness of it and is the energy in big moments. And to me, this has the potential to hurt both of those things if it's used too much. Now, there are parts of it that are great, and there are parts of it that I love.
Should C.B. Buckner retire? Sure.
Yes. But also, the call at first base wasn't because of ABS.
No. But he was rattled because of it.
He was rattled because of it, and he had to quit yesterday's ball game because of that and leave early after getting hit by a foul ball.
Except for C.B. Buckner, my respect for the umps has gone up during this.
100%.
And none of them have kicked a player after tapping their head, which is also great.
No, and I think the other thing we might lose is Aaron Boone ejections.
No,
I love my ejections. Yeah, he probably will. I thought he was about to do it on
Just
Friday
picture
night.
like the dog days of August, and it's like a Marlins Diamondbacks game, and it's 110 degrees, and someone taps their head, and an ump just loses it. He's like, you know what? Actually, you're out. You're ejected. Goodbye.
Yeah, to me, I think it just needs some changes, and I think for me, the 3D zone would be really cool if they could somehow implement that, just because then if it clips the plate at all, it's a strike. And I'm pretty sure in the rule book, if it clips the plate at any point, it's a strike. Why is it just one little line over the middle of the plate? I don't get it.
The plate isn't a line.
Like
it's not a finish line.
3-dimensional. Well, it's not.
It's two. Stop. It's not. It's not 3-dimensional. Let's just talk about this for another hour and a half.
If you make it a tower,
it's a pentagon. When my son draws a house, it looks like home plate. What does that mean for the strike zone?
That it looks like a house.
Oh my gosh. Cool. I'm sad that we're aligned on that. I was ready to argue. I was like, this isn't what I want.
I think we're both sort of in alignment with it. I'm not fully to the extent you are, where it's like this shit, like this sucks. That's not where I am. I'm just sort of like it needs some adjustments, and the usage of it repeatedly in an inning is the worst thing I've ever watched as a baseball fan.
You know, like when we end up in conversations with people who want to talk baseball, but they don't know anything about baseball, ABS is going to be the thing they talk about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you see that challenge? They should have challenged. Why didn't they challenge? Like, they didn't have any.
It's also like pitchers make good pitches and fool you. Like, that happens. We'll see what happens with it.
What stupid Angels are going to homer against us this weekend?
Well, let's talk about their lineup first then, Jeff. They're first in home runs so far this season.
They played 4 games in Houston. Of course they are. What a joke.
That's a good point. Trout has 2 home runs.
I'm all fired up now. I'm pissed off.
What you know about Nolan Shanaway having 2 home runs? Like, why is that guy like playing well? Like, can we shut him down, please? Like, no more. We know Trout will hit like 3 home runs this weekend because it's Trout, or he'll get hurt. Those are the 2 options for what happens this weekend. He either gets hurt on Friday night, or he hits 3 home runs over 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Should be fun. Should be a fun series.
Who are our pitchers lined up? So we got Brian Wu. I'm excited for that. He loves pitching in California. That's a fantastic thing for him. And then we got Hancock on Saturday and Castillo Sunday.
Yes.
It's like our lineup, man. When we get 2 through 4, I'm like, oh, this is the inning to take off. Our starting pitchers, 3 through 5, that's the fun one. Those are the fun ones.
Yep. It should be a really fun weekend, I think. You look at the pitching matchup for Reed Detmers, game 1. This is a guy you can get to. Unfortunately, it's a left-handed pitcher. We might lose that game. I'm not going to lie. You're going to need Woo to be good.
Mike Trout's WRC plus is 200 right now. Hello.
He's been really good. Game 2, Jack Kochanowicz, right-handed pitcher. He had a 6.81 ERA, Jeff, last year in 23 starts. That should be fun. Game 3, Ryan Johnson. This is last year's number 7 overall prospect in the Angel system in Pipeline. He's 23 years old. He was a reliever last year. This is his first year starting. His first big league start against the Cubs, he made it 3 1/3 innings, gave up 6 runs. They were all earned. Only had 2 strikeouts. Him and Kochanowicz combined for 7 1/3 innings over 2 days, and they gave up 12 runs combined over those 2 days. The bullpen for the Angels, not very good. You're going to be able to get to their bullpen.
In it. Yeah, just stay in it. I saw that.
We're
that
thriving here.
That was elite.
We are going to be able to get into their bullpen. Their bullpen somehow is 9th in ERA right now. But they are 18th in WHIP, 29th in walks per 9, 20th in strikeouts per 9. And they've given up quite a few hits. The only thing they haven't done is given up home runs. But now we get some warm Southern California air, which it looks like it'll be sunny this weekend. Thank God. It was rainy a couple days ago down here. And the bats, this is an opportunity for them to heat up. And I'm looking at Julio Rodriguez as a guy.
Julio specifically.
You like playing in Angel Stadium. Like, he plays well there, like, a lot. He hits a lot of home runs there. Maybe we'll get a brawl again, but we don't have Jesse Winker anymore. So, like, whatever. But I really do think, especially against Reed Detmers, that Julio Rodriguez has an opportunity to break out of what has been a slump and a struggle fest to start this season and play well.
You want me to react to that? I hope so too.
Yeah. I mean,
you know who I think is going to play well is Cole Young and Brendan Donovan and Luke Raley sometimes. And from there, who knows?
These are hot takes, Jeff.
Brian Wu is so good at pitching in California. I don't agree with you. Friday, he's going to deal. We just have to stay in these games. 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, those opportunities are going to be there. So just don't go down 5-0 to Cam Schlittler, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is a series that you should win it at the very, very least 2 of 3. And
don't play this game. Mahal, don't do it. I don't want to come out a week from now and be 6-8. I don't want it.
You should probably do better than 2 and 3. 2 for 3, whatever. Win 2 out of 3 in the series.
It would be awesome to take care of business against the Angels and then really get to see kind of where we stack up against Texas. I'm fascinated. The Rangers season has been real weird so far. I'm really looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a big series, too. You talk about Texas right after that, and then you come home and you have Houston right after that. You come down to Southern California against San Diego, and then you get Texas again. So April, there are quite a few series in a row against divisional teams that you need to win a lot of games with. Let's start that off on the right foot after a struggle fest of a Yankees series. Let's get some more guys in the offense going. Let's see. I just want one of your 2, 3, or 4 hitters to like have a good series and get going. Just one of them. I don't need more of that. Just one.
Did you see Josh Naylor ask for the ball?
That was pretty great.
That was really funny.
It might be Naylor too. We'll see. He faces 2 rough righties in game 2 and game 3, at least on paper, that hopefully
the Angels do not have an elite pitcher. No.
No. They don't. Rough, I mean, for the Angels.
Oh, okay. I was like, rough for Naylor? No.
No. Rough in that it's the Angels 4 and 5 starters.
I will not accept that. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah, I like the left-handed hitters, like, they should be all over Game 2 and Game 3 to me. And I will be attendance. I will be in attendance for those games, which means the Mariners.
You're losing it. You're losing it. Come see me. I'm in Angel Stadium. Come visit me. This has been Mahal and Jeff, and jump back out to the line that up. You goodbye.
Oh my goodness. A machine gun over there. It means the Mariners, because I'll be in attendance, have to win both those games.
You're 1-0 this year, right?
Have to. I am 1-0 this year.
I'm 1-0. Mariners, send us to more games.
We need more games to go to. Sponsor us. Get us media passes like the Marine Layer.
In 2024, I went to 8 Mariners games, and Luis Castillo pitched in every single one of them. That's got to be that's an inside baseball stat for you.
That's impressive.
It wasn't intentional. It was one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me.
Really impressive.
So I saw Castillo pitch Monday, and I was like, I'm tired of watching this guy live.
Yeah, I bet.
But he's awesome. He was awesome Monday.
You could come down to Southern California Sunday and see Castillo, your boy.
What's your favorite snack at the ballpark at Angel Stadium?
Well, when we have the financial means to buy snacks at the ballpark, they actually have acai bowls that are pretty good.
Ugh, that's a horrible answer. Find Mahal, get him an acai bowl.
Yeah. Angel Stadium food sucks. Angel Stadium in general sucks.
No, but that rock is
so
really
bad.
cool. The rock in center field is so cool.
They have Luis Castillo in center field.
La Piedra. That's probably a sign the show's over.
The rock at the Big A with a giant rock in center field. It should be a fun weekend. These starters, again, not very good. Work your accounts. Get them out of the ball game early, please, and get into that bullpen. And don't make that bullpen look good. If they make that bullpen look good, I will cry all weekend.
No.
All weekend. That's going to do it here for us on episode 137 of the show. Please go win this series this weekend. It's a must.
Yep, Rockies and Phillies. It's a big one. I can't wait to watch my Rockies dominate Philly. So excited for the home opener on Friday.
Rockies and Phillies. What a great series.
That's an elite jersey matchup.
It is. That it is. Well, that's going to do it here from the Rockies and Mariners podcast on this Thursday morning. This will be out either Thursday evening, Friday morning. We'll see when I want to release this.
You'll find out when you find out.
Exactly. If you've made it this far, please, do all the fun things. Subscribe on YouTube, leave the 5-star review. You'll download the episode because that technically does help us out. All of that fun stuff. Till next time, go M's.
Go M's.
Peace.